Have you ever poured yourself a glass of wine or sipped a fruity cocktail and thought, it's just one, what harm could it do? Maybe you've even heard that a drink now and then is good for your heart. And sure, back in your 40s or 50s, that might have been true. But here's the thing most people won't tell you, after 60, your body changes a lot. And alcohol, it doesn't play nice anymore. What used to be a relaxing treat can now quietly chip away at your health, especially your heart, your liver, your balance, and your brain. You might not feel it right away, but over time, the wrong drinks can leave you feeling more tired, more achy, and more off balance than you realize. And worse, they can raise your blood pressure, affect your memory, and even increase your risk of a fall or heart issue. That's why today's video is so important. We're talking about 4 types of alcohol that seniors should steer clear of. Not because you can never enjoy a drink again, but because these specific ones, they're poison in disguise. And cutting them out can make a bigger difference than you think. Let's start with the first one, sugary cocktails. You know the ones. Margaritas, daiquiris, pina coladas, those sweet, colorful drinks that taste more like juice than alcohol. They go down easy, and they're fun, sure. But behind the sweetness is a double whammy, sugar and alcohol. And that combo is especially rough on a body over 60. Here's why. As we age, our bodies don't process sugar the way they used to. Our insulin response slows down, and blood sugar spikes last longer. When you mix in alcohol, which already stresses the liver and dehydrates the body, you've got a recipe for inflammation, fatigue, and even irregular heart rhythms. And if you're dealing with diabetes, high blood pressure, or just trying to manage your weight, these drinks make everything harder. Worse, it doesn't stop at one. These cocktails are designed to be sipped quickly. Before you know it, you're on your second or third, and your body is working overtime trying to clean up the mess. You might feel fine in the moment, but that hangover the next day, that's your body waving a red flag, saying, please, no more of this. And let's not forget they're often loaded with syrups and artificial flavorings. These aren't just empty calories, they're chemicals your body has to process. For someone in their 60s or 70s, that means added pressure on your liver, more inflammation in your joints, and a higher risk of feeling foggy or sluggish long after the drink is gone. Now let's talk about another sneaky culprit, cheap red wine. I know, this one might sound surprising. Red wine has a good reputation, antioxidants, heart health, a French lifestyle vibe. But not all red wine is created equal. And the budget bottles you find on sale, they often come with a side of something you didn't ask for, additives, preservatives, and chemicals that your body doesn't want or need. Here's the deal. Many mass-produced wines are packed with sulfites, histamines, and sugar. Yes, even red wine can contain added sugar. These ingredients can trigger headaches, stomach upset, skin rashes, and in many people over 60, increased inflammation. That might show up as joint pain, foggy thinking, or simply waking up feeling off, even after just one glass. Plus, alcohol stays in your system longer as you age. Your body has less water, less muscle mass, and a slower metabolism than it used to. That means even a small glass of wine can hit harder, leave you dehydrated, and interfere with your sleep or your medications. If you've been feeling extra tired in the morning even on nights you went to bed early, it might be that nightly glass of wine doing more harm than good. And here's something few people talk about. Cheap red wine often contains a high amount of tannins, which can trigger migraines, raise blood pressure, and mess with your digestion. So while it might seem like the healthier choice, in reality, your body could be struggling every time you sip it. The truth is, it's not about being afraid of alcohol, it's about being smart with it. When you know which drinks to avoid, you can still enjoy life while protecting your health. And believe me, protecting your heart, your balance, and your brain is worth every smart choice you make. You've come this far with your health, you deserve to feel strong, steady, and clear-headed every day. And avoiding these first 2 types of alcohol is a great step toward that. But we're not done yet. There's another drink coming up, one that seems totally innocent but can be even more damaging than you think. We've already covered sugary cocktails and cheap red wine, to drinks that seem harmless but quietly wear down your health, especially after 60. Now let's look at a third drink that's especially risky for older adults. Hard liquor on the rocks. I know, a simple glass of whiskey, bourbon, or vodka might seem like a safer option. No mixers, no sugar, just a clean pour. Some people even think it's more mature or easier on the body than a sweet drink. But here's what most people don't realize. Even without the sugar, Hard liquor packs a serious punch and that can be dangerous. See, liquor is concentrated alcohol, and when you drink it straight, your body absorbs it fast. It doesn't take much for your blood alcohol level to rise quickly, especially as you age. That quick spike can affect your coordination, slow your reflexes, and cloud your judgment before you even realize what's happening. And here's the real concern: balance. After 60, our balance becomes more sensitive. Muscle strength isn't quite what it used to be, and reaction times slow down. Even if you've never fallen before, one misstep on the stairs or a stumble on the way to the bathroom can change everything. A broken hip or a concussion at this age isn't just inconvenient, it can lead to weeks or months of recovery, and in some cases, complications that don't fully go away. Liquor also hits the central nervous system hard. That means it can worsen symptoms of anxiety, interfere with sleep, and even cause heart palpitations, especially if you already have heart rhythm issues or high blood pressure. You might have felt it before, that racing heart or feeling of unease after just one or two drinks. That's your body telling you it's not handling the alcohol well anymore. And let's not forget the interaction with medications. Many seniors take prescriptions, daily blood pressure meds, cholesterol drugs, sleep aids, antidepressants. Mixing alcohol with these can lead to dizziness, dangerous drops in blood pressure, or even internal bleeding, depending on the drug. Your doctor may not always mention it, but your liver certainly notices. And if you're drinking alone, there's an even greater risk. It's not just about the fall or the buzz, it's about your safety. If something goes wrong, who's there to help? If your blood pressure crashes or you feel disoriented, will someone notice? These are things we must think about, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Now, I know this can feel like a lot, and I'm not here to tell you that you can't enjoy a small drink on a special occasion. But understanding how your body reacts today, not 10 or 20 years ago, gives you the power to make smart choices. Choices that keep you steady, safe, and sharp. And speaking of things that look harmless but aren't, let's talk about a drink that's often overlooked: flavored hard seltzers. These bubbly, fruity cans have exploded in popularity over the last few years. They're marketed as light, clean, and better for you. You've probably seen them at gatherings, BBQs, or maybe your grandkids even bring them over. They seem like a healthier option: less sugar, fewer calories, and more natural. But don't let the marketing fool you. Most of these hard seltzers still contain added sugars, artificial flavorings, and even caffeine in some cases. And because they taste more like sparkling water than alcohol, they're easy to sip quickly. Before you know it, you've had 2 or 3. The alcohol might feel subtle, but it's still there, usually around 5% per can, and it adds up fast. But here's where it gets tricky: the bubbles. Yep, carbonation can speed up alcohol absorption. That fizzy texture in your mouth actually helps the alcohol hit your bloodstream quicker. So while it feels light, it can make you feel tipsy faster than expected, especially if you haven't eaten much or are feeling a bit dehydrated. And for seniors, the effects can sneak up on you. One minute you're enjoying a chat, the next you're feeling flushed, unsteady, or foggy-headed. Not to mention, many of these drinks are filled with chemicals your liver doesn't recognize. Artificial sweeteners like sucralose, preservatives, and natural flavors that aren't so natural at all. Over time, these can irritate the digestive system, increase inflammation, and make your liver work even harder. If you've been noticing bloating, stomach sensitivity, or feeling off the next morning, flavored seltzers could be the quiet culprit. They might look like the healthier choice, but for people in their 60s, 70s, or beyond, they can be just as risky as sugary cocktails or straight liquor. And here's the bigger picture: your body's ability to detox slows down with age. Your liver, kidneys, and digestive system aren't as efficient as they used to be. That means every drink sticks around a little longer. And the more unfamiliar ingredients you put in, especially chemical-laden ones, the more your body struggles to clear them out. You may not feel it today, but over time, it builds up. That's why it's so important to choose your drinks wisely, not just for how they make you feel tonight, but for how they shape your health tomorrow. By staying away from these drinks, sweet cocktails, cheap red wine, straight liquor, and hard seltzers, you're not just avoiding discomfort. You're giving your heart, brain, and body the support they need to keep doing what they do best: taking care of you. You deserve to feel energized, steady, and mentally sharp, not sluggish, foggy, or off balance. And sometimes, it's the small decisions like which drink you skip that make the biggest difference in how you feel day after day. Now, there's just one more drink we need to talk about. One more seemingly harmless habit that's quietly draining your body's energy and putting extra stress where you least expect it. So far, we've uncovered 3 of the worst offenders: sugary cocktails, cheap red wine, and hard liquor, especially straight. But there's one more drink we need to talk about. One that slips under the radar because it's everywhere. Social events, ball games, barbecues. You've probably had it in your fridge more than once. Beer. Now, you might be thinking, beer? Come on, it's lighter than liquor, not sweet like cocktails. What's the big deal? But here's the truth, for seniors, beer can be one of the most deceptive and damaging alcoholic drinks of all. For starters, most beers are high in empty carbs and gluten. That combination spells trouble for your blood sugar, your gut, and your waistline. Beer is notorious for causing bloating and inflammation, hence the term beer belly. And after 60, that extra belly fat isn't just a cosmetic issue. It's dangerous. It wraps around your organs and increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. And if you've noticed your digestion isn't quite what it used to be, beer can make that worse, too. It irritates the lining of the stomach and slows down digestion, especially the heavier, maltier brews. You might feel gassy, sluggish, or uncomfortable the next day and not even realize the cause. But the real concern is how beer affects your heart. Many people drink beer casually, thinking it's less harmful than spirits. But beer can increase your blood pressure, raise triglycerides, and make your heart work harder, especially if you're already on medications for heart or cholesterol issues. Over time, regular beer consumption, even just a couple of cans a week, can put extra stress on your cardiovascular system. And unlike wine or cocktails, people tend to drink beer in larger amounts. 1 turns into 2, 2 turns into 3. It's not unusual. But for older adults, even moderate beer drinking can quietly raise your risk of atrial fibrillation. That's when the upper chambers of the heart start beating irregularly. And that's not something you want to mess with. A fib can increase your risk of stroke 5-fold. Plus, beer is dehydrating, and dehydration is a big deal as we age. It makes you more likely to feel dizzy, tired, and forgetful. It increases your risk of urinary tract infections and even makes your skin look more tired and dry. If you've ever noticed that beer makes you feel groggy or off the next day, that's not your imagination. That's your body waving a flag and asking for mercy. Now, listen, this isn't about guilt. It's not about giving up everything you enjoy. Life is meant to be lived, and part of that joy is sharing good times with friends and family. But what I'm here to tell you is, you can still enjoy life even more so when you're making decisions that serve your body instead of draining it. Because let's face it, every time you choose not to have that sugary margarita, or you skip that second beer, or you pour yourself sparkling water instead of wine, you're doing something powerful. You're protecting your energy, your balance, your brain, your heart. And that's worth celebrating. You might not notice the difference right away, but give it a week. Just 1 week without those heavy, hidden alcohols. You might sleep deeper, wake up clearer, move easier. Even your mood might lift. And those aches, that brain fog, that afternoon crash, you might start to feel them fade. Because your body is always working to heal, no matter your age. It just needs you to stop working against it. And if you're wondering what you can enjoy instead, don't worry. There are lighter options. A small glass of dry red wine from a clean source. A spritzer made with sparkling water and a splash of natural fruit juice. Even an alcohol-free beer or mocktail that gives you the experience without the harm. You've got choices, and none of them have to leave you feeling worse the next day. So if there's one message I want you to take away from this video, it's this. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to have energy, clarity, and confidence in your body, not just once in a while, but every single day. And sometimes, the smallest shifts can open the biggest doors. Your heart has carried you through so much. Let's not burden it with drinks that don't serve you. Your liver, your brain, your bones, they've all worked hard for you. Let's start working for them in return. And now I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed a difference when you drink certain types of alcohol? Or maybe you found a healthier option that works better for you. Share your thoughts down in the comments. I read everyone. And who knows, what you share might help someone else make a positive change in their own life. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a tip that can help you feel stronger, clearer, and more in control of your health. We've got more senior-friendly, science-backed advice coming your way, and I'd love to have you on this journey with us. Here's to living your best life strong, steady, and empowered at any age.